So it looks like MicroStrategy crashed once again. What's going on, guys? It's Ricky with TechBot Solutions, and I promise you, if you're an MSTR bull, you'll actually probably like this video because I'm not going to absolutely trash on this trash stock today. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. So I did short MSTR. I closed out my short. I made $11,547.76. I left myself with one long share because my last trade was actually going long on it. I don't know if you guys saw that on the 1 minute time frame. It sold off to lows of 338 and then hit highs of 362. So when it broke above the EMA line, breaking the trend of that descending pattern, I went long very quickly and then quickly locked in profits at any indication of a resistance. So again, my position is fully closed, but you guys know that I've been talking about shorting MSTR ever since it hit its all-time highs. I've called it out just because of what I think to be, again, my opinion. I called out SMCI when it was incredibly overbought as a bullshit AI company and it came crashing down. I did the same thing for Nikola. It came crashing down. I did the same thing with GameStop. It came crashing down. Now, I've been wrong many times. I feel like the NASDAQ market's very inflated, yet markets continue to rise. So in no way do I get this right every single time. But my thing is to always take downside risk into consideration. And MSTR finally has retraced a decent amount. So this is where I think the MSTR bulls might kind of, I wouldn't say like this video because I'm still not a fan, but they might not just get a distasteful taste in their mouth. And it's because MicroStrategy now has pulled back enough, it being a momentum play, because that's all it is to me. It's a pump and dump. And it now has crashed enough that it's coming back to retest a previous support range where it previously has established the support and then went back for another run. It's oversold enough that now the upside potential, the risk to reward ratios might actually make sense. If it goes back to previous highs, that's over a 50% upside. Now, if it ends up making new lows based off of current price levels and the previous lows we made today of 338, that's about a 5% drop. So I went ahead and I plugged it in very quickly to my risk to reward ratio calculator. If I get in an average purchase price of 360 and I go long on it with a price target of right around 500, so not the highest price point, but again, this is all just the what if, right? And then a cut losses of, I'm going to put 338. It offers me a risk to reward ratio of 6.36. So what that means is for every 6.36 of potential profit, there's 1% of potential risk, downside risk. And in my opinion, that's pretty good, right? Now, it doesn't mean that this thing has to indicate signs of an uptrend. This risk to reward ratio means absolutely nothing if price action doesn't support the case that it's indicating signs of an uptrend. Remember, indicators planning means absolutely nothing if price action and direction do not support it. As of right now, recently, at least for the past 4 to 5 trading days, MSTR has been bearish. It's been retracing. I want to see if the previous support level that it has had in the past before of right around 320 to 340, if it validates as a new support level, right? It was a previous resistance level that might act as a new support level as it's coming down to retest. My only other concern on going long on MSTR is that Bitcoin kind of looks like it's fallen apart. Bitcoin is doing something that it has not done in a while before, and that is trading below the moving average on the 1 hour and trading below, it's not trading below. I don't have the 4 hour here, but it retraced below the moving average and the EMA line on the 1 hour time frame. So if Bitcoin begins to trade below $90,000 per coin, I do believe that from 90,000, we can go to 80,000. And then from 80,000, we have that big gap down to 60 to 70,000. And we all know that if Bitcoin price begins to fail and fall, then MSTR will most likely fail as well. As again, its exposure to Bitcoin is pretty much all the company is. They just recently announced that they purchased $5.4 billion worth of Bitcoin at an average purchase price of 98,000 per coin, meaning from the current price level to where they purchased that, they're down about $7,000 to $8,000 per coin. They purchased 55,000 of these coins. So they're down about $300 to $400 million in just the most recent purchase. Now, again, that means nothing if it actually finds its support and it begins to recover. And if Bitcoin finds its support at 90,000 and it begins to recover, it's all about the what if. But if it breaks its support at 90,000, then most likely MSTR will break its support at 340 and continue to sell off. Remember, this trade plan will not actually take effect if price action does not support that MSTR is actually recovering. If I see that MSTR is breaking support and if I see that Bitcoin breaks below 90,000, I will short the living crap out of MSTR, because at that point, price action will support that there's a break of a major support on Bitcoin. It will go from 90,000 most likely to 80,000, and selling pressure will follow as fear will be injected into MSTR. But again, this is the first time that I've talked good about MSTR, because as a momentum play, that's what it most likely is. It's testing a previous support range, and I want to give credit where it's due. It has found a support here before, and it went on a good rally. I want to see if it begins to show that same indication of support and if it begins to actually indicate signs of recovery. This is where we set alerts and wait for proper confirmation of a reversal. I also went on investing.com and I went on their Investing Pro feature, and it actually didn't look too bad. Before, when MSTR was trading at $500, the downside risk was 20 to 30% according to this MSTR fair value downside feature. But now it's only 3.6%. It has sold off enough that, again, it's become a little bit more on the oversold side. So again, for all those that hated me making and bringing awareness about MSTR and how overvalued it was, the whole reason was because of moments like this. When it corrects itself, now it can possibly find its support. And if it does begin to recover, then I can go long with the bulls, but still treat it as a day trade, because in my opinion, MSTR is not a long-term investment. It's an overhyped up crypto company that all it does is buy Bitcoin. If I wanted to gain exposure to Bitcoin as an asset, I would simply buy Bitcoin myself, not lend a company at 0% interest to do it for me. So to me, am I a believer in MSTR? Absolutely not. But do I think that as a trade, MSTR has potential to find a support based off of previous support range? And as long as Bitcoin holds above 90,000, if it does begin to show signs of recovery, I would not mind going long on it as a day trade. And again, that's kind of my recap for the day. I'm very grateful for the $11,000 I made today. I shared every trade with my LPP team, and they get to watch me trade live every single day. If you ever want to tune on into my live trading sessions, it's the second link in the description down below, and you can join for as little as $1 a day. It's designed for complete beginners. It's a one-time payment, lifetime access. So whenever it is that you are ready to tune on in, second link in the description down below, and I'll see you at Market Open for our live session. I hope that I earned your thumbs up. Please consider subscribing. And like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take care, team.